I've worked for Volkswagen for about 25 years, and I think this is probably one of the most exciting cars and projects that we've ever had. It's the world's most fuel-efficient production car, 313 miles per gallon on the combined cycle, 21 grams per kilometre CO2, the most aerodynamic production car, drag coefficient 0.189, so it really is a world standard setter.
The XL1 excited me when I first saw it as a concept and when I first saw it at the motor show. I think it brings all these environmental technologies and Volkswagen's current thinking into one small, compact and efficient package. And it proves itself on the road. It's very easy to drive, everything works, it's all very ordinary to drive given that it's a revolutionary car. And I think it's a credit to the engineers.
The engine in the XL1 is an 800cc diesel engine. It's a two-cylinder version of our four-cylinder 1.6 TDI, much modified to save weight, of course. But this particular powertrain we'll be seeing a lot more of. We'll see it's a modular system, so that means that we'll have 2, 3 and 4-cylinder TDI engines, 3 or 4 different sizes of electric motor and different battery units, and these new plug-in diesel hybrids will be available across the Volkswagen range in the very near future.
Driving slowly, you can feel how slippery the car is, how aerodynamic it is, and particularly when you're sailing downhill, there's almost a complete lack of inertia as you just kind of glide along, and in fact it even can accelerate when there's nothing powering the car, which is really impressive. The e-mirrors are actually really impressive. This is the first time I've seen them on a production car. They've been on quite a lot of concept cars. The heat of the lenses actually keeps them clean the whole time. That works really well, and it's particularly important because you always want to see if there's a car on the outside of you when you're pulling out of junctions, but it wasn't an issue. The screens on the doors work really well. It's very, very clear. It's actually quite intuitive and easy to use.
You get an interesting collection of sounds. You get the sound of carbon fibre brakes working, you get a two-cylinder engine, you get the sound of the regenerative brakes, and probably a sort of different overall car sound because it's got a carbon fibre shell.
The idea for the XL1 came from supervisory board member Dr. Ferdinand Piech in 2002. He wanted to create a car that travelled 100 kilometres, which is around 60 miles, on 1 litre of fuel. In 2002, that was realised in a car called the L1. It did indeed travel 100 kilometres on 1 litre of fuel, but it wasn't very practical. The XL1 is a development of that idea. Every part of the car has been optimised to be as efficient as it possibly can. The passenger seat is entirely fixed. The driver's seat can move, and it's made from carbon fibre, just like the rest of the car. That helps save around half of the weight.
To see something that could conceivably be, transport for the masses in 5, 10, 15 years' time as a technology becomes more inexpensive and easier to produce is an exciting prospect.